At eto na, re-upload natin para sa mga hindi pa nakapanood, mga kababayan. Napakainit na issue. Bakit naman kasi hindi binibigyan ng pansin etong billions na budget para sa flood control? At eto pa, 145 billions na budget ng DOTR. Pero hindi na tinantanan itong 125 million na confidential fund ng ating DP Sara. Pansinin niyo po ang reaction dito ni JB Ejercito at ng kanyang mga staff. Pero bago natin panoorin, pwede bang humiling sa inyo na pa-subscribe naman bilang suporta po sa nagsisimulang channel po namin. At eto na, panoorin na po natin.
President, with the permission of our sponsor, and of course, we welcome the DOTR family. Maikli lang sana itong aking interpellation, except that ito ang isa sa pinakamahirap na intindihing budget, Mr. President. Roller coaster eh. Ang inyo bang, tama ba ito? Ang inyong 2024 General Appropriations Act budget level sa OSEC is 41 billion. Tama po yun?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And then the President proposes a 145 billion budget for the Office of the Secretary. And then our committee just proposes 70 billion. Kinalahati natin. And I'm sure last year, ganun din yung behavior ng budget ninyo. Yung NEP, napakataas. Ang gaan ninyo, siguro half or less than half. So, what kind of a department is this? Very arbitrary po ang pag-budget natin sa department na ito.
Your Honor, Mr. President, your observation is very much correct, no? Because the bulk of the budget, no, was listed on the napunta po sa unprogram funds, no? Originally sa program funds. Ang pinakamalaki po rito yung mga big ticket items, yung mga railway projects, or the foreign assisted projects. Both of were originally last year were in the program funds, pero after the BICAM, nalipat po sila sa unprogram funds. So hence, that is why there's a big difference, no? Doon po, kaya na bumabaho ng gusto itong
Yes.
nasa GA.
Pero disagree tayo doon, di ba?
Yes,
Disagree tayo. Ang ginawa kasi ng House sa GAB, 100 sa NEP, 145, we're using round figures lang 145 billion ang proposal ni Presidente na budget ng Office of the Secretary. Ang House, 68 billion. Committee report ng Senado, 70 billion. So agree tayo sa House. So in effect, agree tayo sa House na binaba ng House ang program. Tama?
Your Honor, you're correct. Nagdagdag lang tayo ng 2 billion, no? Pero yun po kasi nangyari, most of the foreign assisted projects nandun pa rin po sa unprogram funds kasi naman po ang kanila pong rationale, ang sabi naman po ng DBM, foreign assisted projects will be prioritized, no? At yun pong 2024, about 92% of the foreign assisted projects were released, no, sa DOTR. But like you, ako personally po, I would still want that priority program, especially the foreign assisted projects, be included in the program funds, Your Honor, Mr. President.
Hindi, kung sino yung budget experts sa atin dito, between programmed versus unprogrammed, sino yung priority dun? So, klaro, di ba? Pagka ginawa ka unprogrammed, you are less of a priority than nasa program. Di po ba?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Correct. So, the mere fact na yung paglipas. So, actually, ang mga amendments na dapat ina-entertain natin would not only be in the amounts, but also in the location of the item, the budgetary item, di ba? Kung saan siya linagay sa format ng budget. Tama po ba yun?
That is correct.
Okay, pero okay, sige, ganito po para maintindihan po natin. 145 billion kasi ang proposal ng Presidente. Ang committee report natin, 70 billion. So does that mean that there is a 75 billion item or entry in the unprogrammed funds for the DOTR?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, maybe no, kasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 purposes in the unprogrammed appropriations as found in the can be said to be related to DOTR PAPs?
Your Honor, mostly the support to foreign assisted projects.
So nasuma total na nila yun, magkano yun?
Total is around 70 billion, Your Honor.
70 billion.
Yes, Mr. President.
So 70 billion. So more or less, makikita mo na more or less na siguro kung meron man kinalimutan o drinap na programa or project, it would only be to the tune of 5 billion. Tama ba yun? Secretary, is that can we say that generally? Kasi 75 ang nawala sa program, pero sabi nyo, sa program, you can attribute 70 billion there to be part of your budget. So more or less, kung meron man na drop na idea or PAP, it's only to the tune of 5 billion. Tama po ba yan?
Your more or less, Mr. President, yung pong 70 billion na foreign assisted, hindi lang po lahat po DOTR nakalamsan po yun. Basta po foreign assisted projects, programs, ay yun po yung mga napunta po sa unprogram. So it's a total of 70 billion lump sum.
Tinanong ko to sa committee hearing natin, hindi nga rin ako masagot, kaya nga tinatanong ko, baka by this time, with the passage of time, akala ko masasagot nyo na ako eh. So hindi nyo pa rin alam, which, I'm sure alam na siguro, so 145 billion original ninyo, meron kayong so-called regular programs, rail transport program, aviation infrastructure, maritime infrastructure, motor vehicle regulatory program, public transportation. Tama ba? Is that correct? If so, matotal ko lahat yun, plus your PS and other items, 145 billion. Tama po ba yun? Okay. Kaya. So,
That's correct, Your Honor.
so now we take a look at how, ano itsura nito 70 billion ngayon ninyo? Which of those, I'm sure PS hindi naman siguro ginalaw. Which of those 5 regular programs ang tinamaan?
Mostly, Your Honor, Mr. President, the loan proceeds of the foreign assisted projects. Actually, pati yung GOP, no?
Teka muna, Mr. President. Yung binanggit ko yung mga programs na 5, and then meron niyang accompanying total eh. Yung total doon, kasama na si loan proceeds doon, tama? Yes, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
And then kaya nga, and that's part of the 145 billion in the President's budget, tama?
That is correct.
So hindi nyo pa na-track ang galaw? So the original amounts minus what is the GAB bills, pero sigurong balanse doon, that should have been, then itatrack nyo ngayon sa program kung ilan ang nasagot doon, then with the difference we will know kung ano yung hindi pinan.
Your Honor, Mr. President, ito po, pinupoint out ni Secretary Bautista, no? Yung pong nasa NEP na 2025, yung sa railway sector na po ito, no? Just to give an example, nasa 105 billion. Doon po sa 2025 GAB, naging 36 billion na lang po.
Okay. So yun, na-track nyo na. Okay, so ilan yung mga 69 billion? Siya, 70. Out of 70 billion. Okay. Ngayon dun sa unprogrammed, nabawi ba yun? Is there a 70 billion item there na ano? So,
Your Honor, Mr. President, according to DOTR, yung pong unprogrammed pa rin, isa lump sum, no? Lahat po ng proyekto kasama ron, hindi po pang DOTR lang. So,
correct.
Hindi po nakalagay talaga kung it will be earmarked for certain specific projects, Your Honor.
ito ba? Kasi, pero ang unprogrammed kasi, Sir Secretary and Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, 158,665,456,000. Hindi siya round number. Ibig sabihin nun, may entries yun to come up with such a very specific number. Hindi ini-explain ng DBM sa kapwa niya official family of the President. Ilan lang sa inyo rito? Hindi nila ini-explain. Hindi, alam mo, Mr. President, pag sinabi ko nyari, 200 billion, round number lang yun, alatang in-estimate eh. Ito po eksakto to the thousand. So meron itong mga elements or added siya tatawag mo doon. Pag isuma total mo yan ang lalabas. Wala.
It's only DBM who knows, Your Honor, Mr. President.
Tinanong ko ito sa committee hearing, akala ko,
alam talaga.
With the passage of time, akala ko interesado rin kayo, re-research ninyo on your own. Kaya, so, bakit ganito, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, bakit ganito budgeting process natin? I cannot understand it. Actually, dapat ito DOTR, 5 minutes na interpellation dito, pero sa ganito kagulo, Mr. President, magiging 5 hours tayo rito.
Your Honor, Mr. President, according to DOTR, prior to the 2024 budget, yung po sa loan proceeds, slowly, binabawasan na rin po dati. No? But this time, ito 2024, hindi lang po loan proceeds, pati po yung GOP,
Correct.
na isama na rin po. Sa
Kaya nga,
program.
so,
dati po, loan proceeds lang. Dahan-dahan
Kung
binabawasan.
bad practice na nga ilagay si priority program sa unprogram, worst practice na ito na pati GOP counterpart linagay pa sa unprogram.
That is correct, Your Honor, Mr. President. Ang swerte na po, I was explaining earlier that during the 2024, when the GOP was also placed on the program, meron pa hong sobra noong 2023 na napaghugutan, kumbaga, ang DOTR para hindi ma-delay. But ang problema ho nila that itong 2025 na used up, but the 2024 funds were used up already. Wala na ho silang paghuhugutan. So, if itong GOP, usually, pagaling sa program, it will be funded towards September already. No? So, yun po ang nagiging dilema ng DOTR. Kaya their wish, Your Honor, Mr. President, yung kung sanang GOP, maisama at sa program para hindi po maapektuhan, Your Honor.
So pwede pa, the committee can still fight for that as an amendment?
Well, I will...
Do we even know the amount of the GOP? We know. We know the amount of the GOP that's incorporated in the program. We know. Hindi nga, lilipat, di ba? Can we be very clear, Mr. Chairman? Lilipat ba si GOP counterpart ba na dapat nasa program ay ililipat din ba, tinanggal din ba at inilipat sa unprogram? Or we're just assuming na gano'n ang nangyari?
Your Honor, in 2024, that what happened was, yung sa GOP was taken away from the program, natanggal po sa program na ilipat. But in 2025, nandun pa ho. No, nandito pa sa GAB. Ang worry, sana lang po na when the BICAM ends, sa BICAM po na wala.
Sa 2024
ilipat.
budget, sa BICAM yun ay tulak pababa.
Yes.
When I say tulak kasi yan ang
Ilipat.
program and then
Yes.
the special purpose funds, the automatic and then the unprogrammed cap. When I say natutulak pababa. Okay, so
At present, Your Honor, nandun pa siya.
So we are conscious. We are conscious with what happened. So mga members naman po ng BICAM yan sila, Senator JV, they will have to prevent that from happening again.
That's why, Your Honor, Mr. President, before we would end, we would like really to appeal to our colleagues really to make sure ito pong mga GOP and other very important items will not be pushed down to the program. Kasi nga po, it will really cause delays and problems, lalo na yung GOP portion, Your Honor. Talagang dapat ho nasa program.
Are some portions of the loan, the foreign loan part, also found in the program, still found in the program? Portion lang ba ang binabasa ang program? Perfect. As unprogram to? Okay.
So 45 billion. GOP to. GOP yan. Basta nalagay
na yan.
support to foreign assistance.
Explain nyo na yun, sir.
Foreign assistance project. Hindi GOP may loan din.
Oo nga, sir. President's budget ito, ginalaw na yun. Sa UAE Commission.
Like Your Honor, Mr. President, meron po tayong ano rito, no? There are some programs like that. For example, itong New Dumaguete Airport, meron na po dapat ito na 6 billion, but doon po sa na zero po siya, no? Sa GAB. So, and others, so, halimbawa yung Cebu BRT na dapat 5.8 billion, naging 500 million, Your Honor, Mr. President.
Sige po. Anyway, siguro they will be able to sort this out. I mean, pero ito lang po, no? Secretary and then my colleagues, let me quote the President sa kanyang SONA. Okay, I'll just quote the President. Mas lumalabas nga, mas protective pa ako kay Presidente. When I want his desire to be respected. Ito, take a look. Ito, SONA ito. We look to the cooperation of our colleagues in the legislature. Not only that our proposed national budget be approved in your usual timely manner, but it be adhered to as closely as possible. So when we cut a 145 billion budget to 70 billion, do we adhere to it as closely as possible?
That's really a good question, Your Honor, Mr. President. No?
I will address it to the majority kasi kayo supposed to be ang protective of the president and his desires and his budget, Mr. President.
That's why, Your Honor, Mr. President, from the start of my opening statement that hopefully I'm appealing as one of the not only the one defending the DOTR, but it has been my advocacy ever since, no? Because I believe that we really have to invest in the infrastructure. That I'm hoping to our colleagues that if possible, that if we can retain loan, foreign assisted projects and priority programs in the program funds, it will be better. No, kahit na po meron pong commitment or meron prioritization na sinasabi ang DBM later on in the program funds that loan proceeds will be prioritized. But still, I personally, Your Honor, Mr. President, yung pong sa tingin ko po na what is proper, that priority programs and foreign assisted, it is still better that it will if it would remain in the program funds or the line item, Your Honor.
Sige po, thank you for that, Mr. President. Kasi ito nga, nalulungkot ako nung narinig ko rin sa ating sponsor kanina na yung Project Management Office ng Mindanao Railway Program, 3 tao na lang, sabi ni Senator JV. Before the Duterte administration, alam ko yan, 2 tao yan. I think nasa Cebu pa ata. Oh, wala nga sila sa Mindanao, nasa Cebu lang yata sila. Pagdating ng Duterte administration, headline yan eh. Headline project yan eh. Mindanao Railway. Flagship project yan eh. And then after the Duterte administration, 3 tao na lang. So, how come ganyan tayo mag-decide parang naligo lang tayo, naisipan natin paglabas natin sa shower, sabihin natin, gawa tayo ng railway, tapos naligo naman yung new leader, paglabas niya, sabihin niya, hindi, ayaw na natin. Ganon? Is that how we decide? Tama po ba yung facts ko? Si Secretary naman, you have people there with institutional memory. Tama ba yung facts ko? Yung Project Management Office ng Mindanao Railway, before Duterte administration, 2 tao. Tama. Ngayon, 3 tao, facts yan. In between, during the Duterte administration, lumaki yan. Of course, dahil naging flagship project yan eh. And then it's that easily abandoned.
Your Honor, Mr. President, because you are correct, no, that during the Duterte administration, it was tama kayo na-announce na talaga Mindanao Railway Project will be a flagship project, no, of yung ano nga ba yung flagship project nila ng Duterte administration, yung kanyang infrastructure.
Bagong Tudigos naman.
That's the first phase, Your Honor, Mr. President.
Before the Duterte administration, yung Project Management Office sa 2 tao, ano yun, iligan to Cagayan de Oro yun. Ang focus nun, no?
Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, when at the onset of the new administration, we withdrew the loan application because hindi po nagkasundo with the Exim Bank, no? DOF and China Exim Bank had a disagreement. So we withdrew the loan application. So probably one of the reasons that the DBM did not put funding anymore kasi nga po hindi na po siya ongoing. But sa DOTR naman po kasi there's a policy difference sa kanila po kasi they would want to continue funding it because yung mga prerequisites po that were discussed earlier, no, yung pong land acquisition, utilities, relocation has to continue so that because for example the Mindanao Railway project is a NEDA approved project, this will happen later on. But we're hoping that the DOTR is hoping that the Mindanao Railway project will still be funded para po yung mga prerequisites will be taken care of so that when the project commences in the future, at least po hindi na maulit yung mga same mistakes that we are encountering now with the NSCR and the Metro Manila Subway project.
Okay, so the Mindanao Railway project is still part of the rail transport program? And
yes, Your Honor.
And then when you planned your budget, what is the amount that you gave to the project? So Mindanao Railway project, under a program siya. So magkano po?
Your Honor, Mr. President, the DOTR is requesting 5.4 billion, Your Honor. So 5.4 billion po yung Mindanao Railway Project.
And that is found, if we now examine the committee report, that's in the program.
Zero po siya lahat. It's not in the NEP, it's not in the GAB. So it's zero, Your Honor, Mr. President.
So
But they requested.
nasa budget request nyo. Okay, wala sa NEP. Okay.
Apo.
So kaya nga, kunyari, okay. So that we will understand. Therefore, what does that mean, Secretary? That if an administration gives it a zero budget, is the project abandoned? Not necessarily.
It's on hold, Your Honor, Mr. President.
On hold, okay.
Because it's the
Okay.
NEDA-approved project, so...
But definitely we have incurred expenses pursuant to the project. So pwede nating yung mga ganyan, yung mga projects on hold, siguro si Senator Joel Villanueva will have to also track the expenses for projects on hold. Idagdag yun sa commitment fees. Sige, can we have an example? Example lang natin. Yung Mindanao Railway Project, how much have we spent for it so far? Sige, kahit yung Tagum to Digos lang, yung portion na yun. Example lang para malaman ng ating mga kababayan.
While they are looking for the total figures, Your Honor, yung pong Mindanao Railway System Project, yung pong Phase 1, yung pong Tagum to Digos, they have already spent some funds already for the right-of-way acquisition,
Yes,
acquisition of land.
Yeah.
They have downloaded some funds to the LGUs, no, for the land acquisition, right? Also yung relocation, among others, no. So ang problema ho ngayon because of sa 2024,
Yes.
hindi na ho nilagyan, tatlo na lang po yung pong personnel in Mindanao Railway. Yung monitoring will be a challenge. Your Honor.
That's why in-example lang po natin now how wasteful we are with our money. But this is yung hindi naman ito inumpisahan sa time ni Secretary, but pinapakita lang po natin yung sistema natin sa gobyerno kasi pera naman ng taong bayan yan eh. So ilan po 'yon? Magkano po 'yon? Sample lang, example. Applyan natin.
Your Honor, according to DOTR, they have spent about 5.5 billion now downloaded to LGUs for land acquisition for the right of way of Tag. Ito yung first week pa lang.
Yes.
Tag to Digos. Your
Tama naman yun. Tama. Mabuti nga you're being very open and transparent about it. Siyempre, 5.5 billion pesos na for a project na tawagin na lang natin, let's use your technical terminology, on hold. May we know how many... Yes. Yes. Wala kang mic, sir.
Yes, if you say on hold, ibig sabihin yung project is on hold, depende sa availability ng funds. Am I correct? The project will be put on hold until the availability of funds. Am I correct?
That is correct, Mr. President, that according to the OTR, additional preparatory works, no, prior to the loan agreement, if ever it pushes through, are not being done because of the lack of funding. In this case, for 2025, Your Honor, Mr. President, yung kanila pong 5.4 billion, yung sa NEP po is zero. So talagang on hold po ito.
So paano yun kung wala nang mga funds na darating? So anong magiging nung structure niyan, magiging white elephant? Kung wala nang halimbawa ng pondo dumating, what will happen to the structure that has been started?
Your Honor, Mr. President, that is why one of the reasons that the DOTR is appealing for funds so that the project management office, for example, of the Mindanao Railway System, would continue. Kasi po sa ngayon, if I may give you the figures, yung pong 2021 right of way ang na-release po for Mindanao Railway is 325.7 million. For 2020, 545.6 million that will be used to acquire land that will be used for the right of way of the Mindanao Railway. Ito po yung Tagum to Digos.
So may I know what projects are still on hold, if I may? How many projects are still on hold? With the indulgence of the minority.
That was my next question.
Your Honor, mostly the railway projects. No? Ito pong Mindanao Railway System, and we can also consider South Long Haul. Although may funding siya ng konti noong 2024, Kung hindi rin po mapupondo ito, it will be on hold also. Ito yung South Long Hole, ito po yung Bicol line, no? From Metro Manila going to
So how many projects all in all, Mr. Sponsor?
total na.
Priority na priority.
Apat po, Your Honor, Mr. President. Sa tatlong railway, Metro Manila, Mindanao Railway, South Long Hole, ito po yung Bicol, and MRT4, ito po yung MRT going to Rizal, no? Ito po yung papuntang Rizal, Taytay Rizal, and isama na rin po yung New Dumaguete Airport Project, no? Which received zero
Are
allocation.
these foreign funded projects?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. President.
So kung hindi nagbigay, ang hinihintay natin pondo galing sa labas, so the project will not push through.
Your Honor, Mr. President, ito po yung magiging consequences, no? If actual requirements will not be given to these aforementioned projects, no? Delay on project preparation, such as procurement of ito pong yung right of way, yung pong land acquisition, yung pong relocation, yung pong pag-ano sa contractor, no? Yung